Hello friends, welcome to Chiefs World, our online entertainment partner, and one-stop site for everything under the sky. Visit our site for live TV channels, listen to radios, download music, movies, remixes, Yahoo tools. Now you can enjoy watching online movies and live cricket streaming also. So what are you waiting for?
Hello traders, Gary Wagner here, approximately 11:30 in Honolulu, Hawaii. It is the 15th day of July, Friday, and this is the weekend report for silver. What a week we have had in the marketplace. This market is destined to move higher, in my opinion. We talked about a couple of different areas on today's report. We will discuss basically what our targets are initially, what I'm looking at for the interim, as well as the long-term moves in silver, all on today's daily report. First, let's go to our weekly chart. Let me go ahead and blow that up. As you can see, we had a phenomenal week in the market when you consider that the market opened at around $35 and is trading now at $39.23. Of course, we took our position earlier in the week, and we got in at a pretty good price, right at around 36. I believe it was 35 in the high 90s. As you can see, that market has taken off running. When we take a look at the pattern itself in the weekly, what I see is as follows. This, of course, is straight candlesticks, but as the market came down, you notice you have these three candles right in here. And that is absolutely positively, there's no way you can look at it in any other way but to say that is a three-river morning variation. You know, traders, those of you who have followed my report for 6 months or a year and a half, who have been with me for a while, you know that this is a particular pattern that I believe is critical and I look for at pivot points in the market. You can see them in different areas where you get this red. You'd like this to be a little bit longer, but red, small-bodied, and then large white. You'll get that at these pivot points almost religiously, because for the market to turn around, you have it coming off of a bearish downtrend, of course. You get that consolidating candle. The consolidating candle is always going to be this center doji candle or star candle. The larger the white candle, the stronger the signal, of course. And then what you look for is that following candle to have follow through. This is what's called a three-river morning star confirmation, and we traders have absolutely got that. I'm excited about this market, I'll tell you that. Now, what does that mean for us? Well, really the way you want to look at it is we'll go ahead and pull up our daily chart here. This has our current Elliott wave count, and the key is what I talked about the other day was the fact that before I felt absolutely bullish, I wanted to take out this one area at $38. And traders, we did that with a passion today, with an absolute passion. I also talked about, at the beginning of the week, the fact that what we were about to see was a return to the old days of silver. In other words, when silver would outperform all of the other precious metals. We were in fact correct, and what we witnessed, what we have been witnessing, is a return of the absolute bull in silver. Phenomenal week. Now, traders, this is where, at least to me, the real fun comes in. Because what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of forward forecasting. And the way that we're going to do it is that in Elliott wave strategy, it has been a good rule of thumb to believe that wave 1 is the benchmark by which you look at waves 2 and waves 5, our three impulse waves. Typically, you get wave 1, you'll get wave number 3 is going to typically be 1.61 times of wave 1. And we'll do the analysis in a second, but I think what's more important is that, let me make sure it's an auto scale, which it is, wave 5 is typically equal to that of wave 1. So in terms of doing some forward forecasting, all I'm going to be doing is lining it up and taking a look at where the marketplace would take us if in fact we get a wave 1 to be equal to wave 5. And our target becomes $43. And that's based upon the assumption that the move that we saw in wave 1 is going to typically be equal to the move that we'll see in wave 5. And so that would be my initial target. Now, I looked at an area the other day in which I believed had a lot of potential in the market, and that was based upon a 50% move. Let me go ahead and change where these numbers are coming in from so you can see that a little clearer. So, traders, for those of you who just reviewed the weekend review, I will just go over what we talked about yesterday was the fact that when we run a retracement, simple Fibonacci retracement from the top of 3 all the way to from 50 to 32, and then we run various points in time, what you'll notice is that there are a couple that match up. The first thing that I want to talk about is this close over and above. This was at point 3901 that we talked about yesterday. I need to see a close above that, because once we have a close above here, which we've had today, traders, there is nowhere for silver to go, but to the next level, which is going to be $41.06, call it 41 even. That's going to be obviously our next target, and that's what we talked about yesterday. But here's what I'm finding pretty fascinating as we look at this new data today, and that is when we take a look at our 61% retracement, that's 61.80% retracement, and we look at that, and then we look at a match of wave 1. Traders, it's amazing, just absolutely amazing how these numbers come together, because you can see that they both end up at the same place, which is $43.11. That is my target right now for silver. My belief is that if we get this wave being equal, we could easily take out that number, and traders, I honestly believe we've got a real shot for that. Obviously, before we get there, we've got to see how it reacts at this 50%, and that, of course, is $41, but I think we've got room on the upside to see the market go to $43. And for our final chart of the day, it's a 480-minute intraday chart. But the reason that I'm showing that, on the Henkin, you can see that it's trading well above that. And the other thing with this Henkin is when we talked yesterday, you noticed that, let me blow this over to the side here and kind of make this a little bit bigger for us, traders. Yeah, you noticed the other day when we talked, I talked about the fact that during a marketplace that's moving up, you get these periods. I talked about this morning in gold, but you get these periods before it takes off where it absolutely consolidates. That's what we got yesterday in this. In other words, that little bit of a pullback was simply the market taking some breathing room, taking a rest, and now it has moved very, very strongly back up to the upside. Traders, I'll tell you this. I am absolutely excited about what I'm seeing in this market. Final note, MACD looks very good. Although it is beginning to move a little bit closer together, I have zero concern about where this market's going to go. We're going to get up days and down days, don't get me wrong, but in my opinion, silver has nowhere to go right now but to $41 per ounce. This has been Gary Wagner, wishing you as always good trading. We'll talk to you on Monday for another daily update and review. Bye-bye.